Hello everyone, it is me, Train, and I'm back with my Swap AU multiverse. This time, if you couldn't tell, it's the direct Swap AU, where Amity is taking the place of Luce. So if you couldn't tell who's going to be swapped already, Lilith is going to be Ida, and the Collector will be Ting. First, we are starting out with Lilith as Ida, taking the role of Amity in this AU's mentor figure. I find this very fitting because she's both what would be the direct swap for Ida and was shown to be a mentor for Amity in the episode Convention. This version of the swaps, at least on Lilith's side, is made in a way where it would actually be possible as some sort of other timeline, as her role in the show is triggered by Ida not wanting to choose to opt out of Coven tryouts and her accidentally backfiring the curse she was going to set upon Ida onto herself. This leads to her readdressing her life decisions now that she can't be in the Emperor's Coven. She does a lot more reading on history and goes into more forbidden type books and tries to do some research into the history of the Arls before this AU's version of Bellows, who is not Bellows, but might actually be named Bellows, because Bellows is a fake name. Anyways, I got off topic. So, she researches wild magic and its history, and this leads her into becoming the wild witch that we see in the show today. And it also fits with her more nerdy nature in compared to Ida. Throughout the series, she would try to get Ida to listen to her about the actual history, and Ida's like, no, you're a nerd and I'm better than you, so not much really goes anywhere for the first part of the series up until the point where she's about to be petrified, and Ida's like, oh wait, I don't want you to be petrified, and then helps save her and doesn't try to go back. She just fully commits to being a wild witch now. Onto her actual design choices, I decided to give her a more hooked nose so it could look a bit more like her dad's. I gave her a very poofy silhouette, which makes her seem a bit more outgoing and maybe a little frazzled, like when we see Lilith when she's trying to embrace being her true self. I can imagine her surrounded by books and stuff and accidentally dropping one of them on her head. That's the vibe I was kind of going for. I am filling in her base colour, which will be the colour of most of her hair, which is the dyed bluish colour. Because although the hair dye was kind of like something that was keeping her trying to keep an image in the Emperor's Coven, I'm going to make it more of something that she chose to do herself, since she's not in the Emperor's Coven, so they couldn't really convince her of that. And she also inspires Amity to later dye her hair, which is my idea for her season 2B type redesign. And ironically, she'd probably dye her hair a kind of shade that's kind of like Lilith's original ginger shade before her hair went all grey, because she's going to dye her hair to look more like Hecate, since Hecate is Azora, since Amity likes Hecate, and it's a swap AU, so that just makes sense in my opinion. And as you can probably see by now, she's made to look a lot older, because it's confirmed in the show that the curse is making Ida age faster, which is why she has all of those, like, she was like to a mirror, a new wrinkle, the curse is worsening. So I went for that idea in her design. And I also made the roots of her hair grey. I kind of wanted to make them orange, but so that like it would, because I wanted to, but the curse is making her age, and I don't see why she'd dye the roots of her hair orange, or why the curse just wouldn't affect her hair as much. That doesn't really make sense. So there is the direct swap AU's version of Lilith. Please tell me if you liked her, and if you don't, please tell me why you don't like her, so I can take that fact into consideration. In that note, like, subscribe, and react to my posts about this on Tumblr if you'd like to see more, or just encourage me in general. It really means a lot when I'm like making these. It makes me really happy whenever I get any comment at all, so yeah, please. Next off is the Collector as King. This is another extremely obvious one that you could probably see from a mile away because of their direct parallels, meaning that the Collector will make a pretty good version of King, and King will make a pretty good version of the Collector, given that their arcs directly parallel one another. So it's all about what you want versus what you really want, and like the wanting for power and control and not wanting it as much when you have it, and then wanting to influence someone who you've seen, like who you see following the same mistakes that you did, and trying to get them to like not destroy the world, please. And that reminds me, if it's like a complete swap, and then Titan's dad would probably be swapped out with some kind of archivist, and instead of being in the way that we see the Boiling Isles in the show, it will kind of be like the Boiling Isles in Apocalypse mode, only to go to the opposite of that when King is taking the role of being the child god, trying to play games that aren't the nicest. Design-wise, I decided to give him a little crown thing because he wants to be the ruler. Cute little oversized sleeves. A bit more of a simple design because he's not really a god in this AU. And for his crown thingy, I gave it the little sheet thing, fabric thing at the top because I want it to kind of be like he's got some hair in it because of all the concept art where he has long hair. I find that. I think I'm going to give him his hair down in either season 2B or season 3 when he's with this universe's version of King. And for that, I think that the Collector will be actually instead named just Collector because Lilith found him collecting things, and then everyone will judge the fact that they named this random child that they found in a weird abandoned building Collector because they found them collecting things, like with King. And King will instead be named the King or the King of Demons, like a title name. Who puts that in front of their name anyways? So I gave him a little necklacey thing which doesn't have the half a face on it, and it could be kind of like when King scrapes the symbols into his collar necklace thing, he'll instead carve half a moon shape, and that will make him invisible to King. Anyways, that's the end of my redesign of the Collector. Please tell me if you like him. And so this is the end of the video. Please like if you like it and share it with your friends, and give me a nice comment to tell me how much you like it and give me some feedback. Please, 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 please.